It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the most. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the respectfully. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the most. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the respectfully. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host with the host with the energy. It's the host. What's good, y'all? You already know we on Speak Freely. It's the host with the most. I'm back with my girls. Definitely missing Jules for this episode right now, but she's handling business and she located where she at. Don't worry about all that and all that. Yeah. But Jules, much love don't send to you. I wish you was here with us, but you know you gotta do what you gotta do first. I'm so happy that my ladies are back with me. I am here with the 5th episode on Speak Freely. You see the shirt and all that this week? Hold on, it's scared. But yes, I'm gonna let my girls introduce themselves again. If y'all don't know, and I got know, let's get to hit with this reminder real quick, and we're gonna jump into the topic of the day. Let's do this.
What's up, you guys? It is Ivory, EYEDRY333 on all platforms. Coming back to you guys again. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, sis.
Ooh, you're welcome.
You already know, it's your girl Renee. Everybody calls me Cashmere. You know you're going to find me on social media as Cashmere on everything, okay? This is the one that does everything.
If you don't know, now you know. Respectfully. But last week, oh my God, it was just a powerful message that was shared. I'm not gonna lie, I think we made a great impact on those that actually was able to tune in and catch that episode. And for those that are tuned in now, definitely make sure that you follow behind and check the episodes that we already have out there. I'm so grateful again, like I said, to have them. Second time back with Renee. Third time, but fourth time down with you. So you've been vibing out with me for a minute though. But hopefully, you never know. They might be back again. I don't know. The energy is given. We really been doing what we do. We speak freely when we together. So why not?
Right.
But
Shake it up, shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up, shake it up. Ooh, 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 shoulder work.
Yeah, let's get the topic of the day popping.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Bro.
It's feeling like release.
It's so crazy.
Release.
I feel like it's gonna be something that's gonna be like, ooh.
I feel like church.
Let's get it off your chest. Get it off your chest.
Ooh. What is that?
Ooh.
Forgiveness. We gotta speak freely.
Definitely gotta speak freely.
Speak freely on this. Y'all know we don't hold back with nothing. When we with each other by ourselves, we don't hold back.
Same combo.
That's it.
For real.
Listen, we just an alarm light, shine bright, respectfully. But let's touch bases real quick for just feeling that topic, right? So what did y'all feel instantly when you just felt forgiveness? This is like, I ain't gonna lie, for me, it's just like, I'm grateful that I forgave myself for all that I've done and accepted myself for where I am and who I am. So it's like forgiving me, even though not reflecting on those that hurt me, but the fact that I forgave me for everything that I've done. You know what I'm saying? For all that I've done, I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, I'm proud of who you are. I accept what you've done.
Yeah.
I know what you've done, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. So when just seeing that, and before we actually jump into it and speak freely about whatever we want to talk about from life experiences, whatever we want to get into when we come to that topic, what did y'all initially feel like in this moment?
I'm sorry. I felt the release. But like when you speak about forgiveness, you letting go, letting God.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really hold on. Sometimes people feel like when you speak on it, it's you holding on. No, you're like everybody know you speaking freely.
Right.
So respectfully, when you saying forgiveness, it's literally a release.
Yes.
That's what I felt immediately, and it speaks to my current situation. So it just was powerful. I love it.
Drop that fireball. Let that go.
I ain't gonna lie. What you felt?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. And it's like, for real.
They say both.
Since this is an earth sign like me, I think we're experiencing the same things. It's like as soon as I heard it, I thought about this is right where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is in alignment for a reason. Like I probably need to speak on forgiveness so I can really push myself through the forgiveness. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. I'm actually in a state of forgiving those who knew not what they did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to forgive that because some people don't know that they hurt you. Some people don't know. They're just going through their cycle of learning life. So I have to forgive, like you said, myself and learning how to forgive others and keeping the forgiveness in my spirit. You know what I'm saying?
I like keep it in your spirit.
I'll rethink on some things. But it's like I gotta keep that forgiveness in my spirit every time I see you, encounter you, be around. Like I gotta learn how to keep forgiveness in my spirit.
I like that.
Baby, the spirit been moving for 4 days.
Right.
The spirit been moving for 4 days.
I
felt that.
Yes, great topic of the day, Project. What's up? I'm glad that you tuned in though, but going into forgiveness, right? Again, like I said, I'm tapped in on being able to forgive myself for where I'm at, what I've done, and all that good stuff. I also had a thought of my mom. Next Tuesday, it'll be 10 years. 10 years, my stillbirth son. Well, it's been 10. You know what I'm saying? That's 10 years of healing. 10 years to have accepted, even though I have other children, to know that this happened in your life for a reason. You can't sink. You get what I'm saying? You grieve how the way you want to grieve. And that's if I want to cry today, if I want to scream today, if I want to be bothered today, I can do that. But coming to terms in that amount of years, it's just like, I've done it. I'm approaching that time. You get what I'm saying? But when I jump into forgiveness and bringing that up within my mom, I think I shared this story when we was on that episode 3. My mom, she suffered from schizophrenia and bipolar. She had a moment, I guess going through her cycle, whatever it is, during that moment of time. She claimed that I was jealous of her, or just had a whole episode. Long story short, she wanted to put her hands on me. I was 4.5 months pregnant. Do you know how to feel when you're carrying your first child? You're stressed out.
Right.
You have so many thoughts, so many feelings going on. Honestly, the person that you're with, you don't even know if you're supposed to be carrying their damn baby. Let's be real. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like so many emotions going on. You really just want to be accepted in that space of where you are, especially carrying life within inside of you. So for you to have gone through an episode, for you to put your hands on me, for me to now have to defend myself, to have other people in the neighborhood to actually witness and see you putting your hands on your child in that moment. And then it turned out down the line, I've lost my child. This is the first time, I'm the first person this ever happened to in my family. Do you know how somebody actually feel?
Right.
I hate you. I was hurt. I thought I needed my son so bad to feel the love that I needed in that moment where I was at in my life.
Right.
How could you do that to me? You get what I'm saying? And even speaking freely to you in that moment to tell you that you didn't give two damns what I had to say. That wasn't me. But you knew what you were doing down the line for me not to press charges, to not do certain things. You knew what to say then, right? So how do a child supposed to feel at the age of 19 carrying a child? You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to forgive you though.
Right.
I speak freely today to say I forgive you though.
Yeah.
You know that though. You get what I'm saying? But it was something that I had to get through and accept, and I was blessed, extremely blessed for God to give me 3 more boys after that. You get what I'm saying? But it would never replace my son.
Yeah.
But they would never replace my son. That's an attachment and a bond that I have with AJ that Nobody don't know, and I'm not gonna cry today. I'm not gonna cry today, but at the end of the day, forgiveness is something that you have to have for you. Nobody else. You have to forgive those for you. To be able to walk in those rooms and not feel uncomfortable. For who? Is you crazy? No, I'm good. I accepted it for what it is, but it ain't gonna let me forget what you've done and how the way you made me feel, because it was real.
Come on.
You understand that? So that moment, I'm not gonna lie, thinking about forgiveness, it brought me there. But I'm proud who I am today to talk about that and speaking freely within this moment with my girls comfortably. And saying that on national. You get what I'm saying? For y'all to see, this is real life.
Right.
And if anybody has experienced anything like that, you're gonna be okay. But in that moment, it's okay to not be okay.
Right.
But accept it and embrace that feeling and knowing that God will get you through. I didn't even know how the hell I'll be able to speak freely like that today like this. I didn't even know that. To be able to know that I'll be blessed with 3 kids after that? How, God? And nothing but boys, y'all. I don't have no girls. All boys. Come on. He know what he was doing with me. I'm the chosen one, respectfully, though. I'm going to say that. I'll stand 10 toes on that. I'll stand 10 toes on that. I know that. I know who I am. And I'm going to pass the baton to my girl, so I want to speak freely.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie. My whole, woo, I'm a little hot. You know, you feel that wave come over you?
Nah, it's like you gotta fall in on that, because it's easy to sink and dwell, but to forgive, it takes a lot.
It does take a lot to forgive. And speaking on what you said, sis, we had the same dynamic when it comes to our money. You know what I'm saying? And I had the same dynamic with my father. I didn't get blessed with both parents. You feel me? And I had a lot of chips on my shoulder. You feel me? I walked around very angry. I had to get it off, you know, and a lot of people suffered because of me. I had to go back and ask for forgiveness for being toxic, for being this way, because I had learned how to only live in a defense. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn how to let go and learn how to accept love. I learned how to fight everything. You feel me? So it's like, it took me time to realize that my forgiveness needs to go out to them first, so I could be able to get other people to forgive me. Because it was hard. Because if I come to you and apologize and I still have this mentality, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it to somebody else. Or I'm gonna do it, you're gonna experience me like this again. So with my situation, and you've heard it in my Before the Year's Over EP, I made a song towards my father. You know, my dad is on his deathbed right now, and it's very emotional for me because he is a person that abused me. You know what I'm saying? He sexually abused me, physically abused me, and verbally abused me, and it took me years to speak up about it. It took me years. It took me to my last relationship to make a song and speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown woman, and I had to humble myself in the midst of him passing away and still come and be a daughter. Take the hat off as victim and be a daughter to you, because you have nobody to love you. And it took me a lot of strength to do that, because on my dad, in his process of transitioning, he lost his memory. You know what I'm saying? This is a person who abused us, beat on us, put us through so much crap. And it's like, you lost your memory, so you can't remember nothing. So I feel like God made that happen for a reason, because you have to forgive it within yourself. Everybody ain't gonna come tell you sorry. Everybody ain't gonna come to you and hug you and give you the father and mother you want. Sometimes you are gonna have to reach within and get that strength for yourself and go, because you sitting here waiting on energy to push you and move you, and you grabbing energy from the wrong places. And now you stuck in cycles of abuse and victimization and all this. You stuck because you just grabbing energy, waiting on somebody to come save you. Nobody's gonna come save you but you. And I had to realize that the hard way. I was begging for a father. You feel me? Every man that I dated was like my father. Every girl that I was cool with was like the mother I always wanted. I was suffering, really. And when I looked up and was like, yo, I gotta reset. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no matter how many times.
I need to go back and forgive these people, because I was abandoned, and I'm letting you guys think it's okay to leave me hanging. I'm letting you guys think it's okay to treat me like I'm always strong. I can't have no weak moments. I can't never be human, because you've gotten used to abusing me. You know what I'm saying? So I accepted it, and now I'm out here abusing others. So I had to tell myself, reset. because I'm coming off cold. I'm coming off, and
you don't even want to be like that.
Yeah, that's not even in me. So it was controlling my energy and how I interacted and how people perceive me.
Yes.
So I got to a point where I'm like, I gotta make this song by my father. I gotta speak my truth. I'm 30 years old, you feel me? And I have not yet spoke up about the sexual abuse I have went through. I have not yet spoke up about the what's it called when your siblings and you incest. You know what I'm saying? I went through so much sick crap in my house because of one person's energy. You know what I'm saying? Their spirit was messing us all up. And I went through that, and it was so hard for me to be in relationships, have friendships, and I couldn't be real about it. I was just letting people leave me and think I'm crazy or think I'm tripping because I can't tell you my truth because I ain't forgive it. You know what I'm saying? And when I dropped that EP, I was like, look, I'm gonna call my pops, and he don't got no memory, but I'm gonna just have a conversation with him and be his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll help me release. And I called him, and he was telling me, you know, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm hurt, and I'm just like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pray. We're gonna get through this. And it took me forgiving that way. Because you're not always gonna get the forgiveness the way you want it.
The way you want it, you got that right.
It took me standing outside of myself and still being what another person needs in order for me to get my forgiveness, and just him needing me healed that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to set him free. Like, okay, you know what? Ain't no point of making you be something you can't be. You already suffered. Right. You already hurt. You've already lived through whatever you were supposed to reach. So the only thing I can do is love you and move forward to help me move forward. And I told him I love you and I talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? I hit my mom up. I told her who I was, how I felt, and I love you and I talk to you later. And that helped me start spinning into the person, and blessings been coming. And I'm wondering where all these people coming from. Even the caliber of people approaching me now is different. And I realized because that energy ain't on me no more. At all. Because I had to forgive. Like, forgiveness is powerful. Forgiveness is powerful.
Yes, it's
hard. It's hard.
It is.
Like I said earlier, staying in that forgiveness is so hard. Because even though I did that, I'm going to be human. I'm be so transparent. It be days where I be like, get out of that. I'm back on the BS.
Yeah,
because I'm tripping. I'm feeling like I'm being too nice now. Like now I feel like all y'all trying me now.
That part. And then my thing is though, what I won't allow is anyone to take advantage and for me to see things for what it is. And I'm not, and I know that I'm aware of these things. You get what I'm saying? But why your mouth? No, speak. Right. You understand? Speak up. Speak free.
I'm speaking now because being in that way for so long, it'll teach you to be so humble to where you're too humble to where people see that and they take advantage of your humbleness because they know you're abused. They know you've been a victim, so they know you won't retaliate. And people will come around you just because
they see the growth though. They see that growth.
They see how powerful you got. They like, oh, sis won't react. I can get this toxic stuff off on her. She's peaceful. So? And then now this the year. Whereas I forgive, but I ain't forgetting. So you gonna get that energy you supposed to get. Don't ever get it confused.
And it might not come from me, but it might come from karma.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right. Don't ever play with me. Don't ever play with me like I'm not out here doing what I'm supposed to do for myself, for the universe, so God can give me back what I'm supposed to get. You might not get cussed out by me, but the universe might take you through some wisdom.
And that's, I love those moments where you know to step back and be like, I'm gonna let God
handle you.
Because you know what? The way I want to do you, it ain't even gonna be. It's just gonna be off emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not worth it because why should I give you that extra?
Right.
And it's gonna put me in a space to where it's just like now I gotta put this on. Not even let's say put it on somebody, but I gotta share this with somebody. And that's in that moment you really put it on somebody to help you get out of that moment that you actually allow someone to actually control in that situation.
Gotta let go. We're
not doing that.
Right. We're not doing that. Gotta forgive you. Because if I don't forgive you, I'll never forgive you. And that's a problem. That's a problem for real. Where you at?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to find my words where it doesn't come off angry.
Nah, we free today.
When you forgive, and like she said, you don't forget. Yeah. So when you're put in a situation as I was, you literally could easily get triggered. Yeah. Even with you forgiving people for the things that they've done to you, or the things that they've said. So it's not always an easy process, and it's not a pretty process. It's very ugly. At least for me it was. And I think right now in the space of me forgiving everybody around me, I mean, I'm starting from the bottom on up. Like forgiving myself, forgiving, my friends, my family, forgiving my parents, okay? Like literally forgiving, I'm not a victim anymore. Come on. You gotta remember, like, when you were a victim, you still had to go through the process of forgiving the, the abusers and things like that. And you say abusers, I say abusers with an S on the end because it took for, a multitude of people for me to realize like I was being abused mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Right.
So, you don't know what it looks like, but also you got to ask yourself, what does forgiveness look like for you?
Right.
Because not everybody's forgiveness is the same.
Right.
Yes.
So what it may look like for me may be different for you. Whereas I know there's people that forgive, but they literally will just say, you know what, I don't got no issues, no, drama, no beef, nothing, but I'm gonna stay away from you.
Right.
Whereas it took me to be strong to allow myself to be within the space of my abuser and still hold it down and say, you know what, God forgave me, I'm gonna forgive you.
Right.
He forgives me daily.
That's true.
I sin on the daily. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to be able to forgive you. Also knowing boundaries. Set a lot of boundaries over the past couple of days that I didn't think I had the strength to do. I wanted to cry so many times because I was getting triggered. And it took everything in me to say, you know what? Is this really a trigger? Or are you just really, uncomfortable? Yeah, like are you in a real uncomfortable space that you really gotta, you gotta get out of?
Yeah.
You putting yourself in a space, or are you allowing, somebody else? Like you gotta be real transparent and tell yourself like, okay, this could have went so many different ways.
Right.
But if I put myself in a situation, I literally gotta get myself out of it. And so I forgave. I didn't forget. I cannot lie to you. I don't forget.
It's
I think
so
seeing a person and seeing them, certain things that they do, it's like, ooh, I remember that. That's kind of how I felt like within the last 2 days. Like, many people do know my story. A lot of people don't. Like with Amir's father, a lot of people see the real co-parenting style right now. They see the growth in me is real. It's real. It's real. It's real. It's real.
Yes.
I mean, this is somebody that I really hated. You understand? Like I didn't have, no respect for, like none at all. And I literally allowed this man to come into my home over the past 2-3 days with his child for him to be able to spend time with my son. And honestly, it wasn't easy. It took for me to spend a night out each night, make sure they're good. Like seriously, every morning and afternoon, the kids is great. I'm spending time with them, hanging out with them, and dropping them off to my crib. Like, y'all good? Kids is in pajamas and they washed up. Yo, I'm out every night. But that was me really saying, you grew, because before I would literally stay in that space because I want to see like every little thing that's happening in that environment, when I know and trust that if I allowed you to be a father all this time, what am I looking for?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If I trust you to be a father, I got to give you that. I can't watch you like a hawk every moment and then put myself in a space of feeling uncomfortable.
Right.
And taking it back my respect, because I'm going to demand my respect where I didn't before. And now I feel like it was received. It was not easy, but it was received.
Yes.
And it was a shocker because I'm like, like I'm used to it being, a totally different way. And I think it was a shock for him too, because he was like, so you really not going to stay in this house every night that we here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Correct, sir.
Y'all have a good one. But that was hard for me to forgive him because I thought that I would hold on to that because that's my story. But I can't make him my story. He's not the beginning, he's not the end. You understand? So I can't give him that much power. And so when I almost got triggered and I was getting upset about something, I'm like, look where you at right now. Like, look how far you came. Like, would you literally say you worked all this, and did all this work for this person to take away within
these amount of days?
This too much work. So I'm proud of myself. Right. I mean, honestly, I almost, what, God is going to always show you you're supposed to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm 10 minutes out from this starting point of us being here at 4 o'clock, okay? Just to drop him off to the airport. You understand? Like, that's growth. That's forgiveness. Because anytime I touch down in New York, I cannot call nobody to come get me from the airport. Yeah. When I'm going back to, to Georgia, nobody is dropping me off to the airport. None of these things is happening for me.
But when you a genuine person, though, sis, you know what I'm saying?
It's just stuff like that. And I was proud of myself. I'm so happy. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I said, dang, you know how many times in my head I was thinking I would have put a hole in them, God, please take it away. No, for real. I'm like, I already told him. I already gave you the fair warning. I might have to pop a trunk or open up a box. Whichever one you choose. But please don't play with me. This not the time. I don't forgive, but I ain't forget.
Right.
A whole different type of time. But he's not. Yeah, you gotta remember, like, again, they not your beginning and end. They might be a part of your story, but you gotta literally, turn things around for yourself. That's how I feel. Like even the relationship I have with my mother, it's always a lesson. Listen, ain't no losses. There's always a lesson. You feel me?
Woo! You better know it.
With my mother, I feel like the relationship we have is so, it's so crazy because I didn't have that, over the years, and she has a better relationship with my kids than she had with, us growing up. And I'd rather her have that than not have nothing at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hold on, I used to hold on. I don't anymore because I forgave her. But I used to hold on to the things that she did as a parent, and I'm like, I gotta forgive you. You ain't know no better.
Right.
Now I'm in a space of being a parent, and I don't really know everything. And I'm realizing like you really didn't have to get it how you live. You feel me? Like you had to figure it out. I mean, heavy on to figure it out.
Heavy.
So when I'm doing it and I'm trying to figure it out, I feel like, dang, I gotta forgive you. I ain't got no choice. You know what? You deserve that much.
Yeah. That's when it comes.
You deserve that much. I tell you all the time, like sometimes I be mad with people for, things that they've done to me and said to me. I be in a circle of, friends or family, and I feel like they've rubbed me the wrong way, and I'll never speak to them again, and I'll never be in the same room as them again. And then I realize, like, I gotta forgive you, because if I don't, then what does that say about me as a person?
Right.
Because I'm holding on to something.
Where does that put you?
I'm holding a grudge, and really, it's not doing anything for me. It don't make me no money. It don't make me happy. Right. It ain't doing that for me. Now I will say sometimes to remove yourself is peaceful.
Yes.
It's much more. It's much more peace.
I'd rather
removing yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm cool with it. Don't get me wrong. If we in the same room, I don't mind. To coexist. But at the same time, if you're not gonna respect me, you're gonna have to dip. Forgiveness or not.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's a lot of things I just won't put myself in anymore, because even though I forgave you, that doesn't mean I forget, and I'm not gonna ever let nobody disrespect me just because I forgave you.
You better know it.
So it's hard. It's not easy. I feel like I'm still forgiving people though. I feel like there's a lot of people that I'm literally going through the process of forgiving them.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just like y'all said, it's forgiving yourself too, because I beat myself up a lot for the things that I feel like I've done and contributed to, where I am and where I could be and where I'm going.
But I'm tired of, I'm so sorry to cut you off, it came to mind. What I'm tired of, and I cried this morning when I was having a conversation with somebody about it, is how dare you make me feel wrong from the decision that I made? How dare you make me feel like I shouldn't be able to be happy? How dare you make me feel like I'm not supposed to be free? Why do I have to worry about anything, how anybody may perceive or just think of me? You know what I'm saying? Anytime, I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
And if you're in a space of not doing that, it's just like, yo, you need to do that for you, not for nobody else. Do that for you.
Yeah. And sometimes you realize that people, this is what I had to realize, right? Because I'm guilty of it, and I always throw my own stone first. You feel me? Like, I couldn't let go certain things with certain people because it was still affecting me at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody will look at me and be like, "Dang, why you can't forget your mama? Why you can't forget your daddy? Why you can't?" And it's like, it's still controlling me. But I don't want to say that. I don't want to be, I'm trying to be cool and put on this facade. Like, but really, I'm holding that thorn in my spine because you still controlling me. You still got power over me. And I don't want to be weak enough to say that, but that's really what's happening. And when I really have to take the softer route, you know what I'm saying? It's a battle over because pride plays a big part in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a battle over your pride, whether you forgive somebody or, like sis said, like you don't forget, but you gotta keep forgiving the same person more than once. That's a possibility too. Yeah. Because they're still learning. They're still learning as you're still learning. So it's like I had to open my mind to the truth that you crossing me is a part of you learning. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could still be in a fence, like, dang, this person crossed me, they hurt me, they stabbed. It might have hurt me, but it might have helped them grow. You know what I'm saying? I got exes that I look at and they're doing fabulous right now. Off the expense of hurting me. And if I sat there and hold on to it, and I said, he done moved on with his, you feel me? He done moved on with his life. They happy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here still holding on to how you hurt me. I ain't going nowhere.
But you know why?
I ain't going nowhere.
Our upbringing might be completely different, so we hold on to things because we more passionate. Because a lot of people they never had the experiences that we had. So sometimes things might not touch them the way that they touch us. You gotta remember, just because you forgive somebody don't mean that they forgave you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm in rooms where I know people don't forgive me. Right. I know that. And I feel that. So I gotta let that go, and I gotta forgive them.
Right.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? I still got to be able to take the initiative and do it.
I will remove. I'm not gonna lie. When certain energy is not spiraling right for me, I'm not gonna lie. I cannot personally, like I tell everybody that I have been talking to, if you're in a judgmental zone in your space in your mind, I don't want to be around you.
Right.
Because guess what? I'm going to call you out, and not even call you out. It's not even call you out.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation. It definitely is a conversation. And I do want to ask, do you want to open up those skeletons in your closet? Do you want to open up that door? Because it ain't even necessarily got to be skeletons in there. But at the same time, how dare you feel so comfortable in the moment to have that judgmental mind to think that you can sit there and speak down or just have an opinion that strongly on the next person? Who are you?
I don't like stuff like that.
Who are you?
Here's the thing that's so funny to me, right? And I hope the right viewers are watching. Because here's
whoever's
the thing.
tuned in is the ones that need
you need to hear this about forgiveness, right? If you ever sit here and call yourself, and I'm gonna say this so real, if you ever sit here and call yourself somebody's sister, brother, for the word friend, and you walking around here and you holding your feelings, animosity, judgments, all this in your chest, and you're spreading it to your other friends, and you're spreading it to other people, you can't go look your brother, sister, friend in the face and work that out. You have an issue with forgiveness. You have an issue with holding on to stuff because you want to be negative, and you don't want to admit that you're toxic. You have a little bit of that in you, because there should be no reason why we'll call you my sister.
You're disguising yourself.
It should be no reason why we'll ever call you my sister. I don't care whatever lifetime, how many years ago, and I can't sit next to you and be like, "Sister, let's have a conversation about this." You know what I'm saying? And if I'm walking around here just mad and telling everybody stuff about you, it's because I want to hate you.
Yeah.
I want to have a war with you. Some in me really, some really in me probably jealous, envious. It ain't really the issue.
And it would never be. You would never really directly speak upon it, but you would actually feel it.
Yeah.
You would feel it, but set that tone and set that energy. But that's weird.
And what that is called?
I don't even like using that word, but that is weird.
That's weird.
That is so weird.
That's really being,
like for real.
That's really being.
And stay away from me, like real. It's like stay away from me, but at the same time, heavy on the not having that access no more.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like having too much access to somebody and knowing that they don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Well, having access to you know what I'm saying?
That's all right.
You got to.
I'm okay.
Being home or being where you want to be comfortably.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, sometimes them uncomfortable conversations need to be had.
Right, and people
and you can respect it or not respect it, but have the conversation.
But it's comfortable for you, and it's us knowing that it's uncomfortable for them because they not ready to talk about it. But because you ready to sit there and listen. I've been feeling it. It ain't even got to be specified. It was so long. Let me say something. I'm bringing it forefront now. And if it don't get talked about now, then what will it get talked about? If I never brought it up, would you have brought it up? Let's be real.
And if you're not talking about it, then now I know my answer, and it's not about this issue. It's about you really got some problem with me because you feel smaller than me when I'm in the room. This is probably the real issue. It's something that you don't have the qualities that I have, and instead of learning from me, you rather hate me to get away from me because you can't stand my shine.
Can you just say that again?
Please
just say it again, because I'm telling you right now, respectfully, I don't know who is doing this, but I feel like it's so many people out there that really need to watch this and hear what she just said, because when I say I live this,
I'm going through that.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm in the season of me realizing that sometimes people will make you feel small because they know how big you are. They know your impact.
They know
you understand what I'm saying? They know what you do.
They know it.
You gotta know that.
You gotta know that. I walk in. Listen, that's what I know. They be like,
right.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm too confident.
I'm too confident, bro. Now I'm gonna turn up.
Yeah, but I'm aware. I know.
I see the spirit. And it's like, it's so crazy to me how people are played under this facade of being holy, righteous, spiritual, pure, and you really the one with the triggers. You really the one with the problems. You really the one with the attachment issues, and you can't deal with somebody being greater than you because you don't identify with no other.
But at the same, in that moment, you need to really.
You gotta know who you are.
You gotta know who you are. And you really need time to yourself.
Right, heal.
You need time to yourself. Real sugar honey iced tea. You need time to yourself, and I mean that's the best thing I can say.
You gotta those type of people attach themselves
to great people.
To people who are greater than
Watch it.
And even if they're not greater than
they try to disturb.
Watch the
They try to disturb, but guess what? When you know that they disturbing it, it's like, listen, you don't win until this is going on. You feel it. You don't gotta address it. You remove. You understand? Even replace it. It's remove yourself. If the spirit is telling you to move, then move. What are you sitting there for?
This is how I be noticing.
Is you
if
crazy?
you're around a person and they keep being a common denominator in another, this person got beef with this person, now this person got beef with this person, and y'all still sitting around here letting this person leech your energy, it's because you're being too passive and life is about to teach you how to be strong by hurting you, or you're finna find out that if you keep this repetitive behaviors, you will always play second fiddle to a person who doesn't want nothing but your energy in life. You're going to keep getting used for that. And I refuse. So I will remove myself because at the end of the day, I know my worth. I could have taught you and we could have been superstars.
Oh, man, hold on. We could have been superstars.
We could have been superstars, plural, but you'll never stop me from being a star.
Hey,
I could have made this plural, but now you just don't
like
me.
I'm not
dumbing down.
That's
so
a fact.
At the end of the day, we speaking freely today. It don't matter. This is the topic of the day.
For real.
I'm gonna forgive every one of them people that have been leeching.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive
it's
you.
Okay.
For real.
It's okay. You didn't know your worth. You didn't know your purpose. You didn't know who you was. So that's okay. I forgive you.
And guess what? You needed a piece of me to get where you want to be.
That's a fact.
Can we go to church? Can we go to church? Hold on.
Can we go to church?
You need a big seven. Oh. Hey. I said a big seven. Where you want to be? I felt that. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
If this didn't empower y'all to have the conversations that you need to have about forgiveness,
do it today.
Literally, when I say setting the tone for who you need to be, setting the tone and setting boundaries, all the things that need to happen, then I don't know what you took from this.
And I want to say this though too, because I agree and I stand 10 toes always on setting the boundaries though too. In that moments, I don't apply them. So I want to say that apply those boundaries though. You know what I'm saying? If we set them, apply it in a moment. You know what I'm saying? When it's happening, because at moments I forget. I do forget to apply it. I do sometimes be like, I'm silent, but at the same time, it's like I get in the car and I be like, why didn't you? You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. And I am team speak freely all day, every day. But at moments of times, you do have to listen. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do have to listen at moments of time. But always speak freely. Always.
I have this thing that I learned from, I can't remember the lady name, but I'll shout her out another time. She has this thing called the 5-second rule, right? So the 5-second rule, and if you know me, you know I push this 5-second rule so much. Yeah. So anytime something happens and you're having emotions or feelings and any type of interaction, whatever, give yourself 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. And whatever's on your mind or in your heart or whatever's happening, give yourself 5 seconds to think on it. And you got 5 seconds to make a decision. After them 5 seconds pass, it no longer exists. Is that because we're not carrying nothing no more? So give yourself 5 seconds to say, I'm gonna say something right now. Yeah. But if that window passed, we don't think back on it at all. We don't sit there and wonder what happened. That happened. I either can say something right now. Always remember the 5 seconds. I can either say something right now.
It's crazy.
Or I can let it
I let it pass.
Right, for real.
Unfortunately, I think I'm in a season now where I'm learning to listen more than speak. Because I'm big on speaking. And most people who know me know I talk so much. Right. So I'm not used to listening. You know,
you got a lot to say.
I'm learning to listen more than speak. And now that I'm listening with an open mind and an open heart. But I'm also listening to find out where you stand. You understand? Because sometimes people, they may show you things, they may, say things, but everything don't always align. Right. And so I think when you say that 5-second rule is, it's important, because I think I've had my moments where I'm like, I can either say this or let this go. Right. A lot of times now I'm letting it go because I realize how powerful.
15. If you want to do 15, do 15. That's whatever's
true.
best for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm kind of thinking on more things now. Like, I could say something, but I know that some things that I might say are way more powerful. And it opens up doors that have more conversations that are uncomfortable for the person, not for me.
Yes.
So I hold on to what I'm saying, because if I know that it can trigger you or can open up a can of worms that you're not ready for, then I won't say it in that moment.
You saying that had me this something just pinged in my head. If you could say something to me in a room full of people, right? And you may subconsciously not know it made me uncomfortable. So if I open now that door that you done opened for me to not say something, but I chose to say something, and now you uncomfortable because you feel like I'm saying something around these people, but you just opened that door to make me feel uncomfortable. Absolutely. I was supposed to feel uncomfortable, quote unquote. So now we're here. It don't matter. It didn't matter to you who's in the room, so why should it matter to me at that moment? Exactly. I have to stand up for me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, having moments where it's just like, dang, you're not saying that in that moment. That can't continuously keep happening because guess what?
But some people are out to embarrass you.
That's true.
You gotta remember that. Some people, I've literally been in situations. But let me tell you, this is one thing that I had this happen several times. What I realize is if I'm passionate about what I'm saying to you, right, and I'm telling you who I am, what I am, because it's not just who I am, it's what I am, and how powerful I am, and I'm telling you something about me that means, a lot to me. Don't utilize my strength. Don't utilize my story to make a story for yourself.
How could you? How dare you?
I am not the topic of discussion if it's not about power. Come on. Because my thing is, don't use me to judge me. Don't use me to judge me at all. Don't use my story to judge me neither. And I feel like that happens a lot.
I felt that.
Yeah, talk to me.
Talk to me, friend.
Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm good on if you come to me like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like that.
Right.
You feel me? Come to me that way.
And my thing is though, stop having the thoughts and stop having the ideal thoughts in your head where you think I'm not ready for certain conversations. Give me that choice. Right. Give me that benefit of the doubt. Because if you choose it for me and you having yourself moved in a weird type of energy and weird type of mood and demeanor and all that, it's like you chose that because you didn't give me a choice.
Absolutely.
So if I don't have a choice, what do you expect? And tennis go up on both sides. You start moving weird, but I'm also act accordingly.
Yeah.
But act accordingly in a sense where it's like I have to be on time, but I still want to be worried. Like, okay, is it something? But if you being hush mouth and not saying nothing, I gotta really move accordingly. I can't. What am I doing? We gonna play pity party here? We're not doing that. We too grown. We got things we doing out here.
I saw Kevin Gates and shout out to Gates and Tree. You know what I'm saying? I love that color. I saw them say. I saw Kevin Gates say one time, if I'm so mad at a person, but I learned this person's character, why would I even waste my energy confronting you when I know you're gonna lie? I know your character. I know you're gonna lie. I know you're gonna deny. I know you're gonna hide behind other people. I know you're gonna play games. I know you're gonna avoid meeting me. I know you're gonna keep running. So why would I even come? Why would I pull all this energy? Waste my time going crazy? You feel me? Why would I even waste my time being crazy? Like I gotta go speak to sis. I gotta catch this because sis keeps saying this. I gotta catch bro. I'm not chasing.
But why you keep letting sis or bro do all of that? Again, stop thinking that the person is gonna remove themselves. Because sometimes if you're not telling them what they're doing wrong, then you're wrong because you haven't removed yourself. I learned that the hard way.
What are you saying for?
Because I can complain all day about what the next person did to me. But if they don't know, how the hell am I going to, stop them from doing it? Yeah. I gotta move. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta move.
Because you hurt yourself every time. If I sit here and I know your character, I hurt myself every time I look in your face. I go into that conversation like, hey, bro, gonna lie to me. You feel me? And then I pull up and I ask you something and you like, oh, sis,
it's like I already knew. I prepared myself.
Sis, it's no problem. Sis, I love you. Now I'm even more hurt because now I know you looking me in my face and lying to me. Not putting myself through emotions. I don't have to. I know your character. I'm gonna pray for you and wish you well. But the places I'm going, me and you don't enter the same room no more. You feel me?
Let me say this publicly.
Absolutely.
What we can't do, and it's not accepted. It's not cool. Don't do things privately that you want to do publicly.
Come on.
Don't do things privately that you won't do publicly. You're not okay with that. If you can do it privately, listen, speak freely publicly. Do that. Correct. It's important. You get what I'm saying? Like we not about to put up no facade where I know this, but at the same time you show with the world that. Come on. How you do that? Come on. Where we do that?
I think honestly, I ain't gonna lie. It's not cool, but you gotta remember. There's a lot of people that's in a growing space that don't even know that they doing certain shit.
Right,
you understand what I'm saying? Some people don't know no better. I'm telling you, I've watched it happen. People do not know better. You could think highly of them to think that they know better, but some people really just don't know better.
But if you're around somebody for so long, you're not absorbing this type of energy, this energy from me or from us, to where like you don't know better by now.
And here's the
I'm not teaching you something, nothing. I'm not teaching you nothing.
That may be true.
You should know better in a sense, but I get that. I get that perspective though.
I'm gonna go real deep with it because, like I said, I'm always all the stuff I'm saying, right? It's not to shoot no shots. This is stuff I used to do myself. I'm never gonna sit here and act like I wasn't that. You feel me? I'm not gonna ever sit like I wasn't petty and I wasn't like I was.
Yeah, listen, I definitely was.
I hated people.
You gotta remember where you came from.
Right, so that's why I can speak on it. But what the crazy thing is,
absolutely.
You gotta understand that some people, you say some people be in a little space for a long time and they're aware, and like Jesus said on the cross, forgive them for they know not what they do. But at the same time, he said that because some people are conditioned to be a certain way to when it becomes their truth, it starts becoming their truth. Like I've met people who've been lying since they was 3 and they 30 and they still lying, and we just know they liars now. This is what they identify with. Or some people who they've been born in pain and in the projects and they messed up, they really a project baby. They stay that way. They identify with that now because if they remove it, they don't even know who they are. If you remove the pain, if you remove the lying, now they don't have no identity. So they gotta keep it up. They gotta keep this personality going because if you wash it all the way and heal them, they'll be a whole new person. They wouldn't even be the person.
That's tapping into the portal of where I am right now in my life. I was fearful to be where I am. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was content with all that I knew.
Right.
I didn't like it after a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being transparent right now. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of people saying, nay this, nay that, nay, and I know I was bothering me. It was like, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, shut up. What you mean? I give them one year. But I had to take a step back and really evaluate myself.
Right. Come on.
Not for them, but for me, it's just like, I'm really doing that. I didn't even know that I'm doing that. I don't want to do that. That's not me. Internally, you know what I'm saying? My heart ain't like that.
Yeah.
So let me get right. Let me open that portal on the other side what it's like, and I love it here.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah.
I love it here. I don't like nobody to disturb this piece of where I at. I'm dead serious. And my piece is my piece for me. So at the end of the day, if I don't want to talk, I don't want to talk.
Thank you.
If I don't want to walk with you today, I don't have to walk with you.
Are you guys out
If
there
I
listening?
don't want to talk, I don't have to talk. If I don't want to go, I don't have to go. If I didn't get invited, it's okay. I didn't get invited. Ow! You ow! You get what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta know. This is something that I realized too. Sometimes not being included is gonna make you understand why you wasn't included.
Come on.
Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, because I know there's a lot of things that I'm not included in, and I don't understand why until I'm really not included.
Woo!
You understand what I'm saying? Like when I'm out on the outside looking in on why, sometimes I don't belong. You understand? And it's okay for me not to belong, but I used to be in a space of wanting to belong.
Yeah.
I used to want
Because
and
you
yearn
think
for
that's
that.
where you
Because
need
that's
to
what I
be.
exactly. And
Like
I,
the kids want to come up.
You bigger than that though.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
but this is that's kind of like one of those things that you go through in like it's like in high school when it's the it crowd, you know, you want to fit in and you want to be a part of that, and then realize like sometimes those groups are not for you. Sometimes your purpose might be bigger than that group.
And you're
that might
too
just
much
be that.
for that group.
Yeah,
You
sometimes
got
too much.
energy.
Yeah.
And you know what I noticed?
Woo,
In
I'm
those
trying to tell you.
situations, I used to be that person, right? I had a pick me spirit when I was little because I didn't have parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have love. So I was like, oh, they like me? Okay, I'm over here, I'm gothic.
Yeah.
Too much. Oh, they like me? I'm over here, I'm a rock star. Oh, they like me? Oh, I'm a city girl. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to find my
attachment,
right? And it was killing me because I just wanted to have the love. I didn't care what group it was. I just wanted the love and have the relation and family. And then I started realizing as I got older, like, Ivory, the reason why you're set apart and God made you so unique because you're the one that starts the group. You don't join anything.
I'm trying to tell you.
You started.
I'm trying to tell you.
You don't join anything.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I was getting so upset, like, they treated me like this, and I got
I
love
love
for
that
them.
episode.
And God was like, sis, start it. You started. You are the one that starts the movement. You don't join another movement.
You start the movement. It's the trendsetters.
it's the
Can't do
start
it. Better
thing.
stop playing with the post.
God created you so uniquely and different.
So
and the world gonna make you feel like you don't fit and you an outcast. And the whole time, the outcast is the one that takes us to the next movement, the next purpose, the next level. So why everybody in the group, yeah, y'all cool, y'all real, y'all dope, y'all fly. But I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna rip the sky. I'm gonna rip the sky.
And guess what? They're waiting. They're waiting on you, Ivory.
Right.
Oh my God, Ivory, you're waiting.
He's waiting.
They're waiting on you, girl.
Sometimes God gives the roles to people like that. Look at it. Noah's Ark. He was out there building a boat and ain't nobody joining it. Help this man with a piece of wood. I'm the one that build a boat when it's sunny out, bro. That's my role. So if don't nobody accept me, join me, let me be like, I just know I gotta start something, and the ones like me gon' follow. I'm not meant to jump in the group meant to jump in me. Let's be a part of a group. The group comes to me.
I am the group.
You feel me?
I am the group.
Ain't nobody checking for you.
I am the group. What?
It's the heavy on the I am the group. You know what's so crazy? Because I remember I remember not feeling accepted.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, when you get in that space of, I mean, I remember I had an ugly depression. Like I had a real deep depression, and people don't know that. You know, like they think that shit is cool. Excuse me. You know, they think that stuff is cool. They think that stuff is cool. They think it's cool, but it's not. And it's like, I had to take that time out to realize, like, you know, you just really not meant to be a part of all of those things you was yearning to be a part of.
It's okay.
And sometimes, you know, starting your own thing and starting just starting period, like you said, means more, and it feels better. It feels genuine. It feels real. It feels authentic, because when you force yourself into groups and people and things, it don't work. It don't work. I'm telling you, God gonna shake it up. It's gonna be like, hey,
you gonna sit
something always
like,
spark. Something always
I'm telling you, something's gonna show you.
When you're not meant to fit in, you gonna go in the group that you gotta be in, and you gonna be the one that God give all the revelation to. Look at that person. Look at that. And you seeing the
everything's starting to be revealed.
Everything. And everybody gonna look at you like, yo, you tripping. What's going on? And you like, nah, that person's spirit ain't right. I don't like, hey, auntie. Hey.
Especially heavy on the spirit ain't right. Heavy on the spirit is not right.
I feel it, especially when you are right now in life. You get what I'm saying? When I say being aware of a lot of things, I've never, like, my attendance never just been up this high.
Come on.
To be like, to know off rip.
God gonna bless you with this.
I can't
That's why
be
He
there.
leave you alone. Because in order for you to develop that type of gift, you cannot have a lot of people around.
I cried for 2 days straight when I was by myself, though. Because it hurt me to be by myself, though. I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
But I needed it.
That was the best way, though.
Because that's what God is trying to teach us. Like, we people who went through the stuff that we've all experienced, as far as like not having the nurturing that we might have needed as children and stuff, we tend to run to people we think can provide it. When really God is showing us everything that you went through in life is strength, because you have it on your own.
Yeah,
you are the strength. You are the nurturing. You are the love. You are the joy. You are the happiness. Everything that you're trying to give to this clique of people is all in you. They got to come together and make it happen with all that energy. You got the energy.
They got to come together. They got to come together to make. You know what's so crazy?
You can't force that. Don't force
you
that.
can't even be mad at that.
You can never be mad at that. When you accept it and know what God is doing for you.
I'm telling you, she know and once you be around, you gonna know too. You gonna be like, sis said it's time to go. It's time to go. When I feel it, I got to leave. I feel it in my heart and my soul. And I feel that something is not right. I cannot. I seen a
meme where they said, God, thank you for. I used to be late. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning to be on time. I learned. But for real. But they said, God, thank you for the times that I did come late. I don't know what I missed, what could have happened before I walked through that door.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Thank you for the times that I did not go to that event, or I did not go to wherever somebody invited me to. You know what I'm saying? My spirit did tell me I didn't have it, or sacrificing something to make it there. So when I'm in that room and I feel uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
Now I feel uncomfortable. Now I feel I'm forced to hand. Guess what? I don't even know how to get out. My feet is pinned to the ground. How do I get out of here? And I'm in my head.
I feel like
I want to get out of here.
So many times when you sitting in the room,
like,
you
come
so
on.
uncomfortable, you don't know how to move to get yourself out of that room.
No.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. I can't lie to you. I'm getting up.
I'll be
like, hey, it's been nice to see you.
I don't even sit down.
Stand by the door.
Hey, this is so nice.
Right. And
my God.
And that exit is nice too.
That part.
Time to go.
Man.
Time to go.
That's what I had to get. That's the season I'm in right now. You feel me? Like, you already have that. That's something I have to learn, because
it's a learning process.
My heart is so open to I feel everybody. You know what I'm saying? And she knows, she's seen me, and I'm real quiet. Like, You will not get me to talk. People think something wrong with me, but it's because I'm feeling everybody's energy, and I'm trying to decipher like, who is that? Who is that I'm feeling right now? What is that?
I used to try to talk first.
I don't say nothing, and then everybody will be like, "What's something wrong with her? Like she don't talk, she don't." But really, I talk all the time. It's just I had to learn how to watch before I speak. But then the problem with me was I started feeling them and I started feeling their wrongs, but I still felt their heart. And I was like, they don't do me like this. So I would stay in situations because in my heart, I'm like, you don't really want to do me like this. Let me teach you the right way. And that was my problem because I felt like I had to teach a lesson. I had to correct it. When God like, no, I'm just showing you so you can get out.
Not for you to fix and heal.
That was my problem. I always try to, let me get that about your spirit, bro. Let me get that about your spirit. So like, we ain't doing that.
I can't heal nobody that want to be healed. But one thing about it, I can't heal nobody, period. That's God's job. What I can tell you is I could be real. I could be genuine. I could be your friend. I could be there when I know somebody else may not be there. And that's the only thing that I hold on to this day. Anybody who know me as a friend, as family, they know I'm going to hold on to you for dear life until it's time for me to let you go. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the part that sucks is that you get to a space of having no choice.
Yeah. Come on.
Woo. But God gonna shake it up and tell you
when you gotta go. That space, boy,
you gotta go.
But my thing is though too, where I'm happy that I have elevated from, it's not giving everybody the benefit of the doubt no more. I see you for who you are.
Right. That was my problem.
I can't wear those glasses no more.
You just gotta deal with everybody.
That's what it is. You don't have the heart that I got. That's okay.
Yeah.
You don't speak freely like I do, but I'm gonna teach you how. Okay, today.
You're gonna learn.
You're gonna learn.
You're gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today. I'm not gonna lie heavy on the forgiveness.
Right.
But I'm standing 10 toes and just being so happy and proud that I forgave me to be confident right now where I am in my life. It took a lot.
Yeah.
And these, I still ain't tell y'all my age, or whoever know, you know, but in these years of life, though, I've really never been this confident. And I'm talking about like confident. I put the C in that word though. Capitalize it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you gotta embrace that though too, because like, yo, you feel it, you show it, you know it, all that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you can't.
It's a good thing when you can walk in a room and people feel that and they gravitate towards that because they know what they feel that.
But gravitate to it in a good way and don't be intimidated by it. Because me having it, I mean, you can have it too.
Yeah, but some people are still learning because there's a lot of people that are still intimidated by you being brave.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
And people feel when you
it does suck. I wish and pray that on people because I always get, I get in my feelings about that because I always tell people, you know what, you don't want my life. I promise you, you don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if
those shoes are meant for you to wear.
Exactly, but I want you to understand, don't ever be intimidated by me walking into a room. This is for us. This is for us together. And I don't like when people try to, they'll literally try to overshadow, overpower you because they like, I gotta do this, and it's like, no, you don't have to do this. This for us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we could do this together.
I ain't doing nothing but being hard. We was driving in the car, and I was telling her, I was like, everybody ain't meant to be a main character in every scene.
Yeah.
Some people meant to be extras.
Yes.
Some people meant to just be a standstill. Some people meant to be supporting roles. Some people meant to do like you're not meant to be the main character in every
play your
scene.
Position. You know what I'm saying? And don't overplay it.
I had to realize that just like you said, some people can feel your confidence when you walk in the room. If you ain't confident, let's believe them devils feel that too.
Oh yeah.
They feel that insecurity. They feel that nervousness and you the ones they prey on. Because I went through that.
Yes.
You feel me? I went through that. I walked in the room and I'm like, yo, I got social anxiety. I really don't want to be social because I'm feeling everything. But people felt that I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And they preyed on me like, oh, she a little tuned in, she a little tapped in. Let me distract her. Let me. And now I fell for something that I was well aware of, but because I accepted that a person you could possibly change, you ain't seeing what I'm seeing. You ain't be aware that they see like you see. They know what you know. People are well aware of who you are in that room. And they will do everything to stop you from being in that room. And just if you don't walk in with that boldness, that courageous, that confidence, that knowing that you are the I am, if you don't walk in that room like that, that's going to take you out of that room.
Yeah, that part.
You gotta walk in like I am.
And sometimes
this is what I love too. You gotta remember, there's sometimes people take you out the room before you even get in.
Come on.
They try.
Some people. definitely try, because guess what? I'm gonna go in my own room. You
Yeah.
gotta worry
That
about
part.
it. I already knew I wasn't supposed
part.
to be in that one because you tried to take me out of that one. That's okay. I'm gonna get in my own one. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, you know, it is good to get in a room full of people that have that so much power and so much confidence. And you gotta remember, there's times when you just gotta say, you know what, that's for you.
Right.
God gave that to you.
And
you know
those that you connected with and want to vibe and get to know you and want to be around you is gonna follow suit.
Right.
You better know that too.
You gotta know that.
You better know that too. We about to vibe out just what we do.
I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta stay in too. You gotta vibe.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, speak freely, because I just love how free that we are. I'm telling y'all, it's just real. You get what I'm saying? It's the voice for the people. It's the fact that so many people want to say the things that has been said right now on this platform and haven't said anything yet.
Forgive yourself first and then be able to say it.
That part.
I think the simplest thing I've heard is the moment you stop caring about what everybody else gonna say is the moment you become free.
Yes.
And I used to hear that all the time, and I was like, man, shut up. That's cliche. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling over here. I'm not free. But then when I really stopped caring, and what you told me the other day when I started posting, I'm like, I told her, I said, I just started posting more. I'm living free. I'm everything.
Oh yeah, I love.
She like,
I like stories.
Yes, that's the one with Dr.
Yes.
I talked about you last time. But you feel
Thank
me?
you.
I went through that of understanding that, like, I just stopped caring. Because I used to get dressed and be like, okay, I don't want to be too attractive. Knowing that I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too attractive.
Baby,
you can't help it.
And I don't want to feel like I'm trying to show off.
You can't.
I used to wake up moving my day like that because my heart really care about making other people feel small. Like, I care too much. You feel me? So I used to be like, damn, I don't want girls to feel like I'm trying to be Tyra Banks in here. But it's like, if you Tyra Banks, you Tyra Banks. What are they gonna do?
One thing about it, don't tell me to not come to your event dressed highly, because guess what? What I chose to wear was me loving myself and me being confident in what I chose to wear.
I'm trying to tell you.
Some people will literally, sometimes they'll be like, oh, you overdressed for this occasion.
Well, why you so extra?
No, you know, I didn't overdress for this occasion. I dressed perfectly for this occasion. Because this is me. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you wasn't ready don't mean I wasn't ready.
You supposed to be
ready or not? Here I come. I won't hide. I gotta show you who I am. I gotta know who I am. Speak
living.
And I hated that I went through such a phase of that. You feel me? Like, a lot of people don't tap into that. Like, I had a very insecure stage that went with my depression.
I think
where I was just like, I know I'm pretty, but I don't want to show up and everybody look at me. It was hard for me to figure that out. I went through so much years of, I don't want to go and have beef with my friends because I'm the pretty one. You know what I'm saying? I hate it. I
love my friends. I like that we all look good.
But I was around the wrong people.
Yeah.
That's how they made me feel. Like, I mean, you doing too much. Like, why you wearing? I ain't wearing that. And then I used to feel so bad. Like, there's her boyfriend here.
They be the ones that don't invite you because they know you gonna look good too.
And you be trying to.
Oh, you don't want me to come? That's all
right. Type of people, and it's like they're showing you who they are.
Yeah.
They don't like your light. They only around you when you dark, when you low, when you hurting. They don't want you to shine, sis. Because when you start shining, they got shades on. They in your room with shades on. You feel me?
That's jumping into a different. That's jumping into a different topic. But I just kind of want to spell a little something in there. I feel like the word friendo be thrown so freely.
Facts, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like saying that word no more, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? Even if I just met you and we vibing, it's like, it's just
bad.
It flows so well to when at the end of the day, pulling out your phone, top 5. You have 5 people right now. You can call if you need 25. If you needed $100,
right?
Like, if you needed something right now, like it ain't even necessarily even gotta be money. Like, can I call you right now to just share this moment that was so big for me?
I'm learning right now. Unfortunately, the word friend, it means a lot, and I want to pull it back. I'm sorry. I forgive myself. I pull it back. I forgive myself. You know why? Because I learned through all the friendships that I have now, and I mean real friends, that I don't have. Everybody is not my friend.
Right.
Some people were meant to stay as an associate.
Yes.
You were meant to just pass, see me in passing.
Yes.
You were not meant to stay with me. And I think I'm a little, upset about that because I was too lenient with myself and my energy and my life. And I shared that with people who didn't deserve it.
Oh my God.
And that's the problem that I feel like you have is if you don't have friends and people that love and care for you the way that they're supposed to, they're not going to clap for you. They're not going to be happy.
And that's what I'm saying.
They're not going to watch you shine and be genuine.
That's what I'm saying.
God is going to start showing you.
He's showing me. I'm telling you.
For you to share that example right there, you know what I'm saying? You're not really my friend. My friend, me, first of all, I'm gonna speak for myself. You better put that on. You look good.
Right.
You look good. Stop playing. Fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right.
I'm telling you not to wear.
Right.
If you want to wear that.
Look good. Be you. Be you.
Now, only thing that if it comes into it like, nah, throw the sneakers on, we comfortable today. You know what I'm saying? Now throw the boots on, it's giving it, we walk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's one of those. But other than that, how dare you try to make me feel belittled with anything that they come to me wearing or saying or nothing? Is you crazy?
That's how some people are though. And
nah,
that's what I feel like that's God showing you.
Absolutely.
At that moment,
stay ready.
Like, it's been situations where it's like I'm sharing this person's music, I'm showing up to all their events.
At all times.
And as soon as something of mine happens,
hello.
Nothing happened. Don't
nah, that's not the energy I want to be around.
I'm looking like, damn.
If I can go above and beyond to be, even just, I don't care if I got to be on the phone with you. You know what I'm saying? I got to support because that's something that's free. It starts with being free. Now, if I got to pay for that support, guess what? I believe in you so much, I'm going to pay for that support. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm trying to take shortcuts with your friends and people you love and care about. I'm telling y'all right now, because I've seen people try to take shortcuts, and that's not what you're supposed to do.
Stop using your friends for your ego.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it. Stop using your friends to boost your ego. Because some of y'all, I hope everybody looking right now. Some of y'all are only around your friends to make you get stronger. And you know they strong enough to build you up. And you wait until you build up. You wait until you build up so you could drop them. You wait until you strong enough so you can drop them.
If anybody got me in their circle doing that, please leave me alone.
Cut me off.
Please leave me alone. I'm not gonna lie. Leave me alone.
I don't think we have that issue now.
I don't want no
because we've all grown to where we are now and where we're going. But I think it definitely requires us to take a closer look into moving forward, people who are passing us and coming into contact with us. Because remember, we get into a whole elevated, lifestyle where people gonna come and they gonna really try you. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of things are just being revealed in this hour. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of things being revealed. Do not be blindsided to nothing that's happening in this time, in this hour. We still in the first.
There's a lot of distraction.
It is.
That's why it pays.
Don't let nobody not look at
ladies, gentlemen, whoever watching, this is why it pays to work on yourself. Y'all
yes,
spend so
all
much
the time.
Y'all spend so
this
much
is self-care. This is self-love, self-care queen. I'm gonna love me. I'm gonna love me now. I be doing a lot of love it. Yeah.
People spend so much time. You feel me? People spend so much time trying to fill a void after a void leaves.
Yeah.
They don't understand why that void left. That they just replace it. You lose one dude, you get another dude. You lose one girl, you get Take time out to understand what just happened, what I just saw. Let me review the spirits that I encountered, why they came to me, where in my life am I reflecting or projecting this? Is this internally still in me?
Yes.
You gotta really sit and do that instead of just attaching another soul to you. Because when you start doing stuff like that,
I want to say something on that too.
I feel what she's saying.
It's not about attaching another soul to you, but what about when you do have, first of all, I'm not using that word attached no more because I've learned from somebody in the Leo's group and whatnot. When you get that certain deep connection with somebody, you get what I'm saying? That helps you kind of get into that self mode too, to where it's like a lot of things you do have to take time to yourself, but you can't take away from that connection that you are building.
Right. When it's pure.
You can't, when it's pure. You know what I'm saying? When it's pure, you can't take away that connection. And it's not the next after the next. It's just like, it's something different. When it's a certain different way, sometimes you gotta ride it till the wheels come off.
And you gotta watch why God sent it to you.
Yeah, true.
It's gonna always be a reason behind it.
It's always.
We so caught up in the light of stuff, like the flashing lights, that we don't understand why is this person in front of me right now?
And still evaluate where you at in life, though.
We don't even stop to think, okay, Ivory, what did you learn from that last lesson that you can apply now? You just moving. And then later on, you like, this keeps happening to me. I keep losing friends. I keep losing them. I keep dating the same type because you never sat still and learned. You just kept going. You just kept saying, I'm strong. Let me keep going. No, you strong, but strong people got to be weak and understand that.
And it's okay for us to be weak at times.
I'm finally understanding that. I'm accepting that because I always used to be the strong friend, or at least that's what I wanted, because I felt like I had done went through so much and I didn't have nobody strong for me. So I turned into being a strong person for other people. But you know what's so crazy? When you find the right people that's going to build into you and pour into you, I promise you, you don't always have to be the strong one.
Being weak doesn't feel like a problem.
It's not a problem.
I been into sis and I was like stopping myself. I'm like, well, let me not say. She like, hold up, this moment, you gonna get that off. You gonna release it. And I'm like, it felt weird to me because it's like I'm not used to
telling somebody else.
Yeah, because it's like I feel bad for doing
I feel bad.
And she's like, no, bro, you need to release it. You can't keep that. You cannot keep. So it's like now I know that a part is reflecting. When the situation ends, that means relationships, jobs, whatever. Take it serious and reflect on what spirits you encountered, who came around you, or else you're gonna repeat that lesson again. It's not worth going through again, bro. It's not.
Heavy on learning yourself, right?
Right.
Forgiving yourself, right?
Yes.
Surrounding it, giving the universe what you want.
Yes.
You want return back onto you, but also knowing that God is going to put the right people around you. You have to go through certain lessons and certain people to learn and absorb and get through certain things in your life that you have to get through from your past or where you at right now. To be at all times, pay attention. Pay attention and see people for who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Accept what they are showing you.
Yes.
Take the mask, the glasses, all that off.
Yes.
They reveal themselves to be who they are, and at the end of the day, it's either you're going to accept it, reject it, remove. What you going to do?
And
what are you going to do about it?
People like all of us who have experienced issues with abandonment, nurturing. You know what I'm saying? The sad part about it is people see that in us because these predators prey. You feel me? They see that, and oftentimes they know that we'll overlook the red flag. They know that, so they keep letting it out on you. Okay, first I'm gonna lie to her and see what happens, and then okay, you accept it. All right, next I'm gonna ask her to use something, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep asking for her energy, and now I see I can. Now I'm learning how to hurt you. Now you're teaching me how to hurt you, and it's like I had to get to a point where it's like I need to see who you are, and if that bothers you, me asking questions, me being around, me learning you, if that bothers you, then you the one I need to run from.
That part.
You the one.
There
if I can't pull up on you to your house and be like, sis, let me come talk to you, let's chop it up, and you always avoiding me, you the one I need to run. I gotta pay attention.
But it's okay for me to always be there.
Always, anytime I have a problem, you answer the phone. But when I just want to check in and see how your life going, see if you don't want me in that space. That's not okay. You don't want me in that space.
I don't want to be nowhere that I'm tolerated. I want it to be reciprocated. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate it, and I want the energy to be reciprocated. I'm not gonna lie. And I love that my energy that I give to those around me is reciprocated on to me too. Respectfully. And I love it. And that's why I genuinely give love all the time. I can just meet you. Anybody know me? That's just real facts. That's how I give it up.
Definitely the first time.
You got to. Come on, Thomas. We know what time it is.
Don't ever. Then when they say fool me once,
shame on you.
Reason why they came
fool me twice. I put the blame on. What is that? I put the blame on you.
The blame is on. You got to take the blame too, because sometimes the benefit of the doubt is always going to be given if you're a genuine person.
Yes,
I ain't gonna lie. I said I don't. It's hit the I don't because I don't like it. I really don't like that. And just to have to train yourself to be like, well, give him another try, hey. Well, so that's really draining you though. You get what I'm saying? That's really draining you.
It is.
And it's like sometimes I have to look outside of myself and be like, all right, Ivory, either you're gonna set this boundary and look them in their face and tell them you see them, or you're gonna accept this treatment. Now I'm at the point where I see you. You're not doing that.
It's the fact that
this is what's happening. Like,
you never set the boundaries before. Right. Now you want to accept it. Now you want to set the boundaries. Now you want to apply the boundaries. Who do you think you are?
Right.
Who do you think you are?
I got used to it.
Why you going like that?
You gonna have to respect it.
Yo,
I don't care what you was used to back then. I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's not today's price. You said that last week.
For real.
You said that last week.
You're gonna have to accept it and respect it. I'm telling you right now.
And if you don't, guess what?
That's fine. Somebody else will.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy?
Ain't stopping nothing.
What's so crazy about that is subconsciously they respect it. That's why they get around you.
Yes.
They know you. I had an ex tell me one time, like, I was really surprised that you stood up with me. You know what I'm saying? We broke up. I was surprised that came up out of you. Like, and I'm looking at him like, dang. So the whole time you knew that I needed to stand up for myself, but you was just waiting. You know what I'm saying? And you waited till we cool enough and cordial to say, I saw you was using me. You was playing me. You was playing on my nicest. And you was waiting on me to get a backbone. So how about this? The backbone here now and you block. You out of here.
Really
you out of here. But people really be waiting on you to get that hump in you. Then when you do it, they play like you crazy. But inside, they know you needed to do that. Inside, they know that you need to leave me alone. They know. They know.
It's being the nice. Showing more of my nice side now. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And being humble, being humble in the same sense, but still not being taken advantage of.
Right.
We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing things for what it is, accepting things for what it is, knowing when to remove myself, choosing my peace over everything, speaking freely at all times, knowing you're gonna respect me in any room that I walk into. I demand that anytime, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I demand it because I give it. Right. That's the only reason why. I'm not gonna demand they don't give it. Come on, what type of time are we on?
I told somebody that
you're not doing that.
You're not putting on my tombstone that I just rest in peace. I'm living in peace.
Woo!
I'm not just about to rest in peace.
Shout out the wrong way for the type though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not just resting. You're more compressed and good. Common sense. If you have them, you will survive every test coming your way. That is a fact.
So common. It's like, dang, once you ever had a situation fall apart and then afterwards you reflect and be like,
I could have, you
really was in love. You really.
But you know what's so crazy? I've done that where I've kind of like. Common sense wasn't common in a lot of situations.
Right.
But I would be like, okay, well, we all together. I'm so excited. I just want to get everybody together. We're so connected. Oh my God, let's have fun. And then it's like, I ignored that you was shady. I ignored that you didn't like me. I ignored that you said something nasty to me. I ignored that you really just don't like me. I ignored all of these things. And then when I finally sit back, and now I'm in the season of accountability.
Right.
Now it's okay. I'm not gonna be around you. And now I feel bad because it's like I got friends that's around you. So now I gotta be like, okay, I love you enough to say that's you, but I'm gonna tell you right now, my boundaries is set.
Right. Boundaries is set, and my thing is though, even in those moments, right? The fact that you're waiting for a conversation, knowing that you could be the one to speak up in that moment because you have the voice.
You feel
to
it.
Be able to,
you feel it, but you won't say nothing.
You feel it. Speak up and forever hold your peace. Okay, speak freely at all times. We are definitely coming close to the ending of this show. I'm not gonna lie, I want to stay here. I get so small this moment though.
You know what I'm saying?
It do feel good. It's so crazy because right, I gotta do this. We have our talk for hours and hours and hours, and we have our talks. You get what I'm saying? Hours and hours and hours. To the point where, like, to be able to have the platform, to be able to have, speak freely at all times, it feels so good and nurturing to each other and for those that's something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
you know what I love about this though is that our private conversations have become public topics.
Yeah,
and I think for me, absolutely. For me, it feels better because I'm not used to me being this open. I'm used to me being open just with my friends. I like just sharing with them because I'm like, no, I want to be the strong one. But honestly, this is a platform that allows me to just be open and transparent and honest and tell y'all like sometimes it's not going to be okay, and it is okay to not be okay. But I love the fact that we're talking and touching on things that I feel like a lot of people can, pull from. And it's more impactful now because it's a platform. It's not just, you speaking about something for a couple of hours and then you sad because you got to finish the conversation. It's like, girl, I got to call because I got a kid, I feed the kids. Okay, I can't even finish the conversation. So I feel like us being able to, speak freely is going to help us and help other people. I love it. I ain't going to lie. I want my voice back though. I want y'all to hear me how I really sound.
It will be back. You already know that voice is coming back sometime this week.
I need my voice
back. As we wrapping up and coming to the end of the show, I do want y'all to say the first thing that comes to your mind on the first letter of your name and where you at today. Not last week, which of course y'all not gonna repeat what we said last week, but where y'all at today and within the topic, just absorbing everything that we have shared and just speaking freely about. Either one of y'all want to ping go first, and I'll just flow from there.
I'll do I again. I'm gonna say I this time. Last time I said something, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna say innovative. You feel me? I is for innovative because I'm gonna be honest. 'Tis the season not to play with me. For real. 'Tis the season. Like I am really going to create some things in my life that is going to set me up to never feel the ways that I felt before. You feel me? This is an emotional build for me. Like I'm building myself financially and on the physical, but this is an emotional build because that's what's gonna keep me strong through everything else. My emotions staying in check. So right now I am creating an Ivory that people gonna recognize but not know. You feel me? You're gonna have to reintroduce yourself to me because I'm creating a whole new me. This is the season. Yes. This is the season.
I ain't gonna lie.
This is the
Well, I want to introduce myself. I didn't say the post. I'm not open the post. I want to let you know. I like that, girl. She said I like that.
For real.
I can't have my voice, man. I just want my voice back. Oh man, for me, I'm of course y'all know my name is Renee. It starts with an R. Right now I'm reflecting. Right now, today, definitely this conversation helped me reflect on some things that I definitely need to go back and kind of work on. But the reflection is real. Honestly, when I say reflecting, I mean on two different aspects. Reflecting one on a couple of days that just passed and things that I was proud about myself, and also reflection of myself, like literally being able to look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you, I love you, you're doing it. I think that means a lot because sometimes,
that reflection.
That and it's more so accepting who I am. Like I accept me wholeheartedly, and if you can't accept it, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you at all.
Woo!
E, you want to go for E? You want to go for me? Do you want to just get one, the twos, the threes? Let me tell y'all, it's just being expressive. I ain't gonna lie. Like E, when I say being expressive, I am the voice. You know what I'm saying? Use that voice, own that voice. You know what I'm saying? Stand toes on that voice. So, and I love it here though, because a lot of things, I say it in the moment, but having this right here, I never had this before.
Right. Yeah.
God gave it to me now. And then I feel so proud. Not for real. So just being expressive at any moment to not feel you're wrong for saying this. You get what I'm saying? Like you feeling bad. Somebody's making you feel uncomfortable in the moment to share that, or just to only give a limitation on what you should share within that moment. Nah, if I'm being expressive, you're gonna get all of this. You're gonna get everything. And I'm gonna be proud about it. I'm gonna be happy about it because guess what? It was released. It was done. I said what I had to say.
Right.
And that's it. But again, I'm so appreciative to have my girls with me on Speak Freely. Episode 5 was live. And the fact I love this forgiveness. Forgive you first at all times. You understand? Tune in next week for episode 6. I'm definitely gonna be outside with Soul Tribe. Big shout outs to them. Hippie edition next week. So listen, we gonna be on the playing field, all right? So next week you're tuned in for that. I truly appreciate my girls being here, and I truly appreciate everybody that tuned in. So see y'all next week. Speak Freely.
We gotta give all the energy to this one. I like it. I like it. I like this. Woo! I like that. 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 Like that. I 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 like that. Like that.
back to it.